Welcome, timekeepers. Thank you for stopping by the My Reader Minutes. If you're new here, welcome. To all my new subscribers, thank you for joining me on my journey. I wanted to dive in real quick and talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Yeah, season 9 is on the horizon, October the 6th. Now, I remember the reunion of season 8, and it did not leave a good taste in my mouth for several of the castmates, namely Gizelle Bryant and her sidekick, Robin, Robin Dixon. Robin will not be joining them this season, unfortunately. However, Gizelle is still there. At least I think that's Gizelle. I want to say it's got to be her doppelganger. Who was this lady? Last season, season 8, this lady, to my recollection, couldn't even look at Candace Dillard Bassett or Wendy Osefo. Didn't even want to look at them. They would be talking to her and she would act like they weren't even in the room because she had so much disdain for the both of them. I'm not understanding. This year, she no longer has her sidekick, and miraculously, her and Wendy are friends. Let's get into it. Yes, y'all. Do y'all believe this? Does she really think we forgot about last season? I haven't. Fix my camera, y'all. I haven't. I haven't forgotten anything. As a matter of fact, and just to bring you all to your recollection, they had a little dumb fashion show, G&A fashion show towards the end, right? And it was a big brawl at the end that started because of one of Ashley's friends, Deborah. Yeah, she got in Candace's face and wanted to know if she had something she wanted to say to her. Yeah, something like that. So they did a little tussle, but her and the girl Kiera got into it instead because I guess when she threw the drink, it got on Kiera or something to that effect. Anywho, Kiera wound up going to the hospital. She had a scar on her forehead. She was bleeding profusely because Deborah's girlfriends was holding her down while they beat the hell out of her because she was getting the best out of Deborah in the beginning. I saw that. Anywho, long story short, at the reunion, Gizelle, who, by the way, had left early, did not see any of the fight, only could go by hearsay or the footage that we saw about what happened after she left. Because remember, her dad was sick, and I think she was going to be with him. At the reunion, she blamed everybody for the fight except for Ashley and Deborah. She blamed Candace. She even put Wendy in it, who wasn't even around. She wasn't even on the side of where the fight was. Then when they basically told her that, oh yeah, I'll remove Wendy. But that was it. This is the same woman that's now friends with Wendy. Wendy has, I think, turns 40. So I guess they celebrate Wendy's birthday on here, and I remember seeing a clip during their taping or whatever of Gizelle being at the birthday party, and she opens, she has open arms for Wendy, like she's gonna give her a hug. Who's this lady? Who is she? Does she think we forgot? You don't have your sidekick anymore. Who's left? Ashley, Karen, Mia, and I guess Jacqueline Blake, but she's a friend of the show. But who else is left that she would talk to? Because they have newbies on the show. And you know how Gizelle is with when it comes to newbies, right? Now, I have to be honest. Season 1, season 2, Gizelle was one of my favorites. She was. Not so much Robin. I could deal with Robin. I could take a leave or whatever. But Giselle was one of my favorites. And I think it was because I had kind of known her before the whole Real Housewives of Potomac. Not know her like girlfriend, call her up, like know her. I just knew who she was. You know what I mean? Her ex-husband being the pastor. And I had visited his church a couple times. I wasn't impressed, but I went a couple times because I was with someone else. So I knew who she was. And I heard all the rumors about him being who he is, being in the community the way that he was. Everybody heard that, being from around in the vicinity, DMV area. So I kind of like had her back because I felt like, she's from the community. But she showed you who she was. And she showed me who she was. Or I finally saw who she was. Let's put it that way when Monique got on the show. Because whatever it was about Monique, she wasn't having it. And I don't think Monique really did anything to her. I think Monique was really looking for her approval or seeking her approval, but Gizelle wasn't having it. When that girl told her that she had 4 houses, Gizelle checked out. Because Gizelle was being mean. I think she had just purchased her fixer-upper, which, by the way, these days is looking a lot better. It's come a long way, at least on the outside. It's come a long way. Inside, if that's her taste, that's fine. She like it, I love it. But the outside was looking a little shabby. It wasn't matching. Like the two pieces weren't really going together. But now I think she's kind of like pulled it together. She got it like trimmed in black. I think she got the black windows and everything. So it's coming along. And then she's got the new entranceway on the front. So it's come a long way. Trust and believe. So her fixer up is looking like something now on the outside. I digress. I'm sorry. But where was I going with this? Oh, so it wasn't until Monique said that she had 4 houses. Because I think her and Chris Samuels had just moved to the area, and she said they were looking for a house. And Gizelle was like, you don't have a house? She said, we have 4. Well, as soon as she said that, you could see her whole disposition changed. And from that point on, she wasn't feeling Monique. And you saw it, right? But they said even before Monique got there, she had a tendency to kind of like haze the newbies, and she's always been like that. So I'm assuming maybe she's not going to be like that this time, but you know how she is with new people coming on the show. She don't want nobody to take her shine, and she wants to be the HBIC. She wants to be the hey HBIC. But I think Karen has that, but she may be dethroned this season because Karen got stuff of her own going on with the whole DUI and crashing up a car and yeah. So they're gonna be on that. I was, kind of hearing in the YouTube streets. Also, they're gonna talk about, Karen might be, seeing her some of the eye candy that her and Ray talked about her having. So that storyline hasn't gone anywhere either. Like they want to put Karen with somebody else so bad. But I don't know who Gizelle thinks she's fooling though. Getting back to Gizelle, it's been about 5 or 6 months since that reunion, since we saw the reunion, right? And she had no love for any of those girls on that one side, except for Ashley, because Ashley was sitting on the side with them, but she's at the end, and Mia was in the front. And I don't know how she feels about Mia, because Mia seems like she might be taking the spotlight this season with her whole relationship drama with G and her new man. So that might be taking the forefront. I don't know what's going on with Ashley. Ashley still divorcing the Crypt Keeper. I mean, what? What are we doing? What are we doing, Ashley? Do we care? At this point, I really don't. I really don't care what Ashley does. Um, Wendy, uh, I saw a part of um the trailer where she goes to the White House and she talks to I forgot that lady's name, but she does the correspondence. She's in the correspondence room with the when she speaks for the president. I can't remember. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, she goes to the White House and she talks to her and everything. So that's a cool moment for Wendy. The only thing I don't like about Wendy is that she's too forgiving. And I guess if you're blessed with the blood of Jesus, you're supposed to forgive, right? But not when you know people are being fraudulent or fake or not genuine or sincere. You don't do that. And I feel like Giselle's not. She's doing it because production probably said, we're going to give you one more chance. And if you can't get along with any of these girls, because they didn't want the stigma of that show being about colorism anymore. They're tired of that conversation. And they're tired. So they had to bring even the newbies or close to my complexion. Not one of them are light bright. So that's saying something. And I don't know if that was on purpose. I'm not going to say that they were doing it to cover their butts, but I'm thinking that, so they told you she need to get on the bandwagon or get the hell off. Yeah. They got rid of her sidekick. And I don't know. I think they got rid of the sidekick because she just didn't care, and neither did Juan. Juan didn't want to show up. Had he shown up to the reunion, they might have had a chance to still had a role on the show. But Juan didn't even want to show up half the time. He showed up more than I expected him to in some of the episodes. But where it counted at the reunion, clearly he should have been there, and he wasn't. He didn't come. So he got them both fired. He got fired from his real job and he got his wife fired. Allegedly. Anyway. So I don't know what I feel. I don't know what this season's gonna bring for season 9. I'm not for no fake assness. Okay, I said it. But yeah. No, Gizelle, nobody's buying that you are fully, in thrust with Wendy Osefo these days because you couldn't stand her. For the last couple of seasons, you could not stand her. So, it ain't because Candace is gone. I'm not buying that either. Because there's one moment in the trailer where Wendy says, we have come a long way. Since 5 months ago, Wendy? 5 months ago. 5 months ago was the reunion. Or 6 months ago was the reunion. It was this year. They might have taped last year, but the reunion was this year. They begin at the top of the year. So I'm not trying to hear that all of a sudden y'all had a kumbaya moment and then y'all okay. That's giving fake phony. And if you did do that, it ain't gonna last. That's where I'm at. Let's see. I jotted some notes so I wouldn't forget about how I felt about Jezebel over there. And she's not a Jezebel, but you know who I'm talking about. Oh yeah, and they have her. It's not in my notes, but I remember they had her in the trailer. She's dating someone, so I don't know how real that is either. She likes those type of men. All of her men have been brown and bald. I noticed that. She has a type. But Jamal hasn't always been bald. Is he bald now? I don't even know if he's bald now. I can't remember. But the last guy that she brought on there was bald. And this guy kind of resembles him, but he looks a little younger. So for her sakes, I hope it's great. Yeah, but I feel terrible that Candace couldn't even come back on the show because she just didn't feel comfortable. She didn't feel comfortable with the producers. I think the producers were putting her in harm's way and like it was messing with her mental health. And she always had to back down from reading the other girls because they couldn't handle her mouth. I felt some way about that. Why I can't show up as who I am while they try to eat me up? Get out of here. No. Nope. Yeah, I don't have, I think I covered everything. Not too hard about Gizelle. Gizelle's phony. And it'll be interesting what she brings this season. It'll be interesting. Um, please like, share, and subscribe. Get down in the comments and tell me what you think. Will you be tuning in? A lot of people were turned off, but since they're trying to refresh the cast, I'm going to give it a chance. I'm going to give it a chance. So I am trying to grow my channel. If you please see it within yourself, to just go ahead and either hit the like button. And if you haven't already subscribed, please do. I need 500 subscribers, and the goal is to get there before the end of September. That's my goal. If I don't make it, well, oh well. But that's my goal. I'm trying to get 500 subscribers before the end of September. I have, I think, 344 now. So help me out. Now, with that being said, everyone be blessed. Peace.